Hi everyone, today we're going to look at how to do a site plan the easy way. Let's walk through a site analysis project together to show you how to speed up the process by using a Rayon design template. You can grab this template for free to read the link in the description. Now let's go to a browser and type rayon.design, where you can create a free account or simply sign in. After signing in, from the Rayon dashboard, you can choose one of the pre-made templates or create a new model, which we're going to do in this case. And let's start by importing a base PDF plans. Go to import PDF, select your file, and let's add it as a vector. Rayon will prompt you to scale the plan. So what we can do is zoom into a known reference point. For example, we know that this segment here is 1 meter long, so we'll type in 1, continue, and then simply import. And press Shift Z to automatically zoom into the extent of the drawing. It's that easy. And next, we'll import a second plan or a larger context area. But to keep things organized, we will add a new model canvas and name it map 1:1. Then simply again go to import PDF, choose your drawing, and import as a vector. We're going to repeat the process of scaling it. And this time we'll use the 100-meter reference point down below. And yeah, here, perfect. Yeah, we know it's 100. And we can click continue, import, and just like that, both of the plans are now in this project. But now we will bring in the site analysis symbol template to help us annotate our plans. And let's head back to the original Rayon dashboard. Then open the templates section and type in site. And let's choose the site analysis symbols. And we can simply double click on it to open it. And voila. These templates include everything you might need, like icons, hatches, all ready to use. But what we're going to do is we're just going to select all of it, right click, copy as export, and switch back to our import plans, and just copy and paste them here. Right click and paste. And yeah, we can simply just take them and move them out of the way. And next, we'll actually adjust the layering of our symbols. So when selecting the template, you will notice that some of the icons are currently in the import blocks layers. So let's click and just drag them up to style example layer instead. Now we can see that all the icons and symbols are sitting above the drawing. And we can also rename the layer to site analysis symbols, just simply for clarity. And next, before we start analyzing the plan, we can edit the style of the symbols. So we'll just click to style panel and hover over the icon and click edit, and adjust the fill to a reddish hue or any other color that pops and creates a nice contrast with the gray base plan that we imported. We can simply go and repeat the same process of adjusting the stroke and the fill on the edit panel. Yeah, the last one, and that's it. Now we can start analyzing the plan. Our site is the building in the middle of the plan, this one here, and I'll highlight the plot area using the zone tool. I'll change the layer to site analysis symbol. I'll also find an existing building hatch, which was part of the template we just copied in. And then we'll zoom in and trace the pod from edge to edge, just like this. Perfect. And yeah, and then when we're done, we can press enter. Very nice. One last trick. Let's select all the symbols. Right click and go to arrange and choose bring to front, and bring to front with a layer. That way nothing hides behind a hatch, a tree, or a building line. So like this. We can start animating and adding icons. I know there are a couple of bus stops on the site. There's one here below. Here's another one on opposite side of the street closer to the site, and another one up top in this direction. There's a parking in this square behind the trees. There is no train station, but I think there is a taxi spot near the park or drop off groups of friends. And then also it's a park and a gathering, so we can also include that. Let's suppose a group icon and a park just behind our site. And I know there's also a school or educational institution just here. And remember, opposite the school there was a grocery store as well. I know all these locations and where to put these symbols because I've actually visited this site. But if you haven't had a chance to do so yourself, you can still find information for your site using Google or Apple Maps, OpenStreetMap, or even websites like Zoomper and Sun Movement from suncalc.org. They're all great ways to get an accurate sense of the context when you're preparing your analysis remotely. Okay, now let's bring in the Sun path. This one here, I think this looks great. And we can even scale it and rotate it 30 degrees to show the sun movement from east to west. And position it. Yeah, I think it looks great. This is good. Let's maybe make a little bit some small tweaks. Let's adjust the color, the edit panel to this red hue, and even the stroke of it. And maybe let's fix these edges. Yeah, they're much better. In our case, the wind is coming from the northeast, so we can add them here on the top. Also add two symbols, but these symbols seem a bit faint, so I'll go to edit style and darken stroke for a better visibility, like a darker blue. Yes, much better. And finally, let's add a noise level indicators. We might have one from around the park, one from the junction, and the opposite side from the road as well. But I think overall gives us a pretty complete picture of the site. And what we're going to do now is create a legend from the icons we've just used, so everyone can understand what each symbol means. We can group them below the scale bar. It might look a bit messy at first, but we'll organize them just in a second. Yeah, okay, so select the legends and go over to modify panel on the right hand side. Click downward facing arrow and align everything to the center, and also make sure everything's vertically aligned so it's nice and tidy. And we could repeat the same process for the second group. And centered. Great. And let's add a label. I'm just reusing text from the original template. That's the next to the first icon. And even rename it. We can call this location point. Set the text to a middle alignment so it's always centered to the symbol itself. Then just hold Alt and drag it to duplicate the text across the other icons. We can also add the noise source and the wind direction. Some of them are a bit oversized, but I'll first just place them here and then tweak the size, the scale. Now we didn't really use the viewpoint, but we can position it here just across the street from this side, so that could be a nice angle. Don't be afraid to tweak the size or the scale of these icons. Centered and vertically again. Some path is a bit too large. And yeah, again, let's take text and copy it over. We can go now. I'm gonna also rename all the symbols, and we'll start with this bus stop. You can rename them with double clicking there. And next one is parking. Then we have a taxi stop. This is just park. Yeah, grocery store and school. Noise sourced. Viewpoint and finally sound path. Yeah, I think it's looking good. I'll draw a rectangle around the whole legend just to frame it nicely and keep things organized and readable. Oh, and I also forgot to add the north sign. I'll choose this one, rotate it 30 degrees so that it aligns with the sun path direction we set earlier. Here. Yeah, perfect. Now we have a complete, clear, and visually engaging site analysis, symbols, and a legend. And now we can start preparing the drawing for printing. So we'll head over to Paper Canvas on the Layers tab and create a new page. And make this page into an A1 size. To get our plans to appear here, we will use View tool from the panel below, and under the active property, choose Model Canvas to import the site analysis we just did. And then draw the portal anywhere you want the plan to appear. Scale the plan to fit into the view if needed, and then double click on the view to pan and position. To avoid accidentally moving the plan, I'll click Disable, Zoom, and Pan on the view. And I'll hold Shift and open up the portal a little bit wider, or the view, just to make sure that everything sits nicely on the page. Okay, great. Let's do the same thing for the context map as well. But this time we can go to Context Map, New, View, and Map 1-to-1. It does exactly the same, just another method. And double click on it, and we can even scale it 1 to 200. So we get a good sense of the broader site context. We're a little bit here on the north corner. Great. And just click Done. Let's add the symbol legend here too. We can hold Alt and drag the previous view just here under the context plan. Double click and unlock panning and navigate where that legend sits on the modeled canvas and position it just under the context plan. So all the key information is presented in one coherent layout. Okay, I think it's already coming together quite well. Let's add an annotation box. Add key information like the project made, the description, and kind of overarching idea. And yeah, we can quickly rescale the text box so it fits as noted. Okay, I think it's coming together. I think it looks quite clean and pretty much ready to go. And next thing is to make the site analysis plan more useful, we'll add a building type map using the wider context drawing we just imported at the beginning. We'll start by creating a legend that explains the area's zoning and land use. With the rectangle tool, we will draw a base panel here just in the corner and give it a white fill so it hovers clearly over the plan. Next, we can add a title text and we will label it building type map. Also tweak the box a little bit too, so for the label to fit, and add the reddish color for consistency and contrast. Yeah, this is great. Now let's build the legend keys. Let's add a first base rectangle with the rectangle tool, and just here. We got the text label. So start with residential. Residential. And okay, and maybe make it a little bit smaller, but 0.5. Perfect. I'll hold Alt to duplicate the hatch boxes and their labels for 4 more times. Shift these things around. Yeah, but it's going better. It's nice and tidy. Okay, once that is done, let's rename each label. And we'll start first with the business center. Commercial. Educational. And lastly, site. For the site, I'll change the fill to a pattern. This one looks great, and make it again a reddish hue. And adjust the scale under transformation to something like 0.05, so the pattern isn't too wide or too dense. And we can also save this style as a side context hatch on the right hand side for reuse. Let's go ahead and create new hatch styles for other land uses too. For example, a lighter red for education, a muted red for commercial, soft red for business center, and natural gray tone for residential. And then again, save each style. For this residential, we can actually use the eye drop tool to pick one of the colors from the map of one of the buildings and just leave it at that. I think this is great. Now let's start to apply these styles, these hatches we just created, by double clicking on the map view and select a couple of the buildings. Then assign the style to a corresponding use. But normally you would look up this information again on Google Maps or OpenStreetMap to get a reliable land use and data and to know where it is what. Yeah, once selected, again we can go to these 4 dots, style, and assign a correct hatch style for each building. And we can go ahead and repeat the process of selecting buildings, replace them all, and assigning land use again. Yeah. As a cherry on top, with the circle tool, we will draw an approximate site location here. So pick a circle tool and locate site context hatch under the 4 dots. Yeah, perfect, this one here. And draw a circle right about here in the corner. Great. Okay, this is perfect for now. In a few minutes, we've made a context map with a clear legend that explains the surrounding neighborhood. Awesome. So next one, to wrap things up, let's go to add a title block. Go to blocks, then open the library and type title block. You can select any of the templates available. Just click on it, drag and drop it in directly onto the page. Once it is in, let's position it to the bottom corner in the A1 layout, and I can just grab it by the right corner to scale it so it fits perfectly from edge to edge, and double click on it to delete some unnecessary information, and we'll rename this drawing into site plan. Perfect. And it's going to be based in beautiful city of Paris. Great. So we can maybe change this. Actually, we don't even need this. The North Stars will already have it in there. But now it looks great. Let's move on to the finale and export our drawing as a PDF. I'll head over to the page panel. You'll see on the left. Click on the 3 dots and export PDF. A preview window will pop up. Here with the magnifier, peek into the different parts of the drawing and double check the line weight, colors, and text clarity. If needed, you can also adjust more advanced settings like the stroke weight, page, or screen. I'm happy with how it sits, and we can simply hit export, and that's it. That's as simple as that. In a short tutorial, we went from a basic site plan to a beautiful site analysis plan using Rayon template. This is how Rayon removes the unnecessary complexity of traditional CAD software so you can focus on design rather than troubleshooting tools. If you'd like to try it out yourself, don't forget to grab the free template and explore Rayon design using the links in the description below. If you found this tutorial helpful, make sure to hit like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss a new video next time. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments below and we'll be happy to help. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.